try and run the operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Try and tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
Tonight, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. Versus Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the London Monarchs. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold the number 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And out across midfield down to the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now this throw caught left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be... And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's good.
23 yards, the final tally. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Hurts to throw. Flush to his right. And tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. The quick slant caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Play action. Here's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 14 yards. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And this one is incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A first down there on a pickup at 25. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. And worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked
about. And it's caught. Touchdown. Joshua Perkins. His 3rd touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Deep ball for Goodwin. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rolling to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And 10 yards.
Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to...
He's got daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 21st touchdown of his... All right, the offense back on the field here. Let's see what they can do on this play. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Chase Young.
By Chase Young.
Racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down up at the 43. It's a big play there. 41 yards. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another.
Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
It's a second down run with Sanders. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Escaping the pressure right. It's going to be caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Joshua Perkins. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. Steps away to his left. Deep ball for Goodwin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, 2 weeks to go in the NFL season. A lot of races coming down to the wire. Before we get it back to you guys, let's check out what we have coming up this weekend on the Week 16 NFL slate. In the 1 o'clock games, the one that catches the eye happens in Big D at AT&T Stadium, a tough test for the Cowboys, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the New York Giants. And finally, Sunday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots. Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Sanders a 1st down, still going. There he goes, left side. Touchdown! Miles Sanders is 17. Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. The running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long. 2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. that time. 57 yards, the official distance. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. Flushed out right. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Matthew Ioannidis busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
42, Washington 13.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That's good.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
We'll get this right back to Rager. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Griffin. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete. Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
Throwing again. Griffin. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Sanders with a carry on 1st down as he picks his way forward for a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations. There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Griffin. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And quickly finding Rager. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, but the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nice pickup of 17 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important, too, when they got there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. This ball complete to Rager. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit it. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. For them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going, but it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them.
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That's good.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Washington,